The 16th Lyon Biennial of Contemporary Art has just opened, and this edition will utilize many of the city's most iconic locations and buildings, from the Roman archaeological sites to the industrial wastelands, and from the religious museum to the natural history museum. The aim is to bring together art from the past with art from the present, while taking a look into the future.
We're lucky in Lyon to have a visibility of history through its architecture, through its museums. So we really had a big collaboration with collections from antiquity to nowadays, which allowed us to make this link between contemporary art as we imagine it nowadays, but also ancient art, and to see all the links that can be woven between these two temporalities and these artists in any case.
The former Fagot factories, now an industrial wasteland, is the largest of the Biennial's exhibition spaces. All artistic forms are present, from painting to multimedia, including sculpture and photography, and an exhibition entitled Manifesto of Fragility with two world-renowned curators.
A lot of the artists here, whether it's from Lebanon or from any part of the world, and this is one of the threads that guided us till and I, was to actually think about artists that are thinking about fragility in the material they use, in the histories they tackle, in the issues that they raise, and the questions that they ask.
There are artists from now across the world that talk about certain things, but we feel it's equally important to add, in a sense, this vertical axis of time, to make a point that really things do come back. You know, perhaps we're not as different now than we were 2,000 years ago. Technology might change, but fundamentally we're perhaps still the same people, and it's, in a sense, a very important lesson in understanding that we are one humanity in many ways.
One of the most striking installations is certainly that of the Belgian artist Hans Op de Beek. In a huge hangar, it's a post-apocalyptic city or camp entitled "We Were the Last to Stay."
By taking away color, like you as a spectator are the only colorful element walking through it, so as we look at each other in this gray setting, we stand out very strongly because we're totally colorful. And so you make a sort of a distinction between real life as it is in full color and a sort of an after image or a sort of an abstraction from reality. As, for example, black and white photography does. It also abstracts from time and space.
Another exhibition venue is the former Guimet Museum of Natural History in Lyon, with a monumental exhibition by the French artist Ugo Schiavi entitled Grafted Memory System.
This Museum of Natural History is transformed into a data center, but a data center that's already abandoned, so it's a future that's already abandoned, where the cables are carried like roots, the plants have finally replaced all the data that passes through all these cables and all this data.
The Museum of Contemporary Art in Lyon is hosting a major exhibition on Beirut and the Golden 60s. Works of past and present with many Lebanese contemporary artists, including two filmmakers, who made a very powerful multimedia installation based around the explosion of August the 4th.
Our studio in Beirut was destroyed with many of our works, and this made us think a lot about the fragility of art and the fragility of institutions which must protect art. And it was really in the theme we worked around that, a bit like a symbol of the violence of the explosion.
Manifesto of Fragility is open to the public in Lyon until December the 31st.